Virtual HPU's Wish I Would Have Known Advice from Recent Grads. I am currently joined by two of our most favorite student leaders on campus that recently graduated this past May, Brandon and Chris. So I will turn over the floor to them for them to tell you a little bit about their journey, how their 4 years have went here, what they wish they would have known as incoming students. And then Keela and I will manage the back end. So ask any questions you want in the chat, and then we'll be able to feed that to them. So Brandon, do you want to go ahead and get started?
All right, cool. So I'm Brandon. I just graduated May 2020, and welcome Marie and Bressel. So, I just want to welcome you to HPU. I'm a proud alumni, and it's just been wonderful. I graduated with a business degree in concentration in marketing and a minor in finance. I grew up here in Oahu, so it wasn't too far from me, but I commuted from campus. If you guys have questions on those. I also studied abroad for 1 year, as well as I was involved in SGA, Entrepreneur Club, and just had a couple of different campus jobs that I switched between all the way from my freshman year to my senior year. So welcome. And Chris, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm Chris. I'm also a recent graduate, same thing as Brandon. I graduated in May 2020 with a business degree in marketing, a concentration in marketing, and a minor in finance. Basically, I was heavily in, in extracurricular activities. I did the same thing like Brandon, SGA. I also was the president of Filipino Club, Circle International. I also held many on-campus jobs. I did a lot of internships. Basically, just took every opportunity that HPU offered, especially all those events that they had on campus, outside of campus, things like that, and just made a lot of friendships from there. So I welcome you guys all to HPU, and I hope you guys have also a wonderful experience that I had.
Great. So what was your most favorite memory from HPU?
One of my most favorite memories was being able to study abroad, because not only did I go out of country for 1 semester, but I went out again twice. Now, for you guys, if you guys haven't decided to study abroad, or if you're looking for a college that can study abroad early, my problem was that when I went to other colleges and looked at their, I talked to the recruiters over there, they told me that I couldn't study abroad until junior year or even senior year. And when I was over here in HPU, I found out you can study as early as sophomore year, so your second year here at HPU. And when you think about it, if you want to study abroad and you're only entering as a freshman, it's not too early to still plan for it. You want to go in, and what people wish that they knew when they studied abroad late is that they need to consider what kind of classes that they're going to take abroad. You want to balance out the easy classes and the hard classes. You want to make sure you keep it up in the air for study abroad. So you guys don't know what that means, you guys just go to the study abroad office, talk to Melissa or Elizabeth or whoever's still there, and they can help you figure it out, because it's really important to start planning early. Even second semester of freshman year, talk to them and tell them, I want to study abroad in my next year or the year after. What can I do? What are my options? Because you guys got to know what kind of countries that's available for your major, what classes that you can take abroad, because it can be limited, but it's a wonderful experience. And sometimes you can just pay the same HPU scholarship. You can pay, the same HPU tuition. Your HPU scholarships can apply depending on the college. And I also see that Marie asked, let me see. I open up the chat box. Does what you're majoring in matter for studying abroad? Yes, it can matter. So engineering, business, teaching can be very easily done abroad. Nursing can be a little bit limited, but there's many different types of programs, whether it be for a semester, for a whole year. It can be during spring break, winter break, summer break. So even if you're say a nurse you want to become a nurse, but your classes are so like involved at school, you can't go out during the school year. You can go out during the summer, during the winter break, or even just travel during the even the shorter term breaks. Go to Cambodia. We have many different countries that are partnered with HPU, and you guys can always find the study abroad log where you can read people's experiences, see their pictures, and maybe I can drop that link down below in the chat box later as we continue on through the chat. So that was one of the most memorable experiences for me. Chris, you can go ahead and share your.
I think one of the, well, I had many memorable experiences. I can't just really pick one that I was very, fond of, but majority of the events that HPU puts on, whether it's on campus or outside of campus, definitely take advantage of those. I remember our first year, we were invited to go to our Polynesian Cultural Center, where we got to learn more about different cultures in the Hawaiian Islands or the Pacific area. We got to attend a luau, saw different shows. You definitely get to meet a lot of new friends within your, your grade level and your I guess, majors, things like that. We also got to go to the nature center where we got to clean up the, I guess, the surrounding places, got to swim, I think, afterwards. And HPU puts on a lot of concerts. So definitely take advantage of that. I remember one time we got to meet, oh my God, who are those people? What's the recent one we went to, Brandon?
One more time.
What was the recent concert that we just went to?
We had one local singer, and I think it was AJR. Yes, AJR.
AJR.
And the singer of Ututu Bang Bang. So
yeah, like HPU Campus Activities Board definitely puts a lot for the students to really gain a great experience for their school year, and just take advantage of all those. Like basically every single event will be super fun, and you definitely make amazing memories with those.
Yes, we also had Kehlani before she got really popular, Magic perform, the Ready Set Go come, and then we also, you may not know if we're gonna have the events for sure. We still have to work out the kinks, especially because of COVID and social distancing. But just know there's a lot of videos that are posted on the HPU pages, Instagram pages that talk about how safe we are and seeing the temperature checks. I think you guys are doing really well, just making sure it's safe at HPU. And hopefully we can get these campus events going. But you can count on HPU to letting you know what's happening and what kind of events are gonna come up for you guys. But here's the link that I'm gonna pop in for the chat box on the HPU website with the blog of the student experiences. But yeah.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm a little hurt that none of you said it was to work with an amazing advisor like myself, but I'm willing to let that go. So
Nicole makes everything happen, so props to her.
Yes, this is my show now. I'm just kidding. I want to know how your experiences being a student leader or anything in your classes have prepared you for what you're doing now post-graduation.
So when being a part of the Entrepreneur Club, it has a lot of people who are student leaders that are not in just business, but biology, social studies, and is bridging people who want to solve a social issue, a community problem, and do a project where we can implement it. And I did one that helped financial education, and it's really great. I was able to help set up networking fairs for the school. We had Show of the Arts where we had student businesses showcase their bikini wear, their jewelry, self-made art and self-made businesses, just supporting local and empowering us. And it was really great to just make a great network of people. And because of that, I made some great friends. I'm in my job right now. I'm so glad that I've been practicing on my presentation skills. I'm seeing at larger events that I do a lot of events for our office or my financial center here where I work at. And, I just feel great. I feel very empowered just doing all of these experiences from being a student leader at HPU.
Well, being a student leader for me definitely helps build a lot of confidence and builds your communication skills. Like I was a president for two different clubs, two different, entirely different clubs. One was, special interest. One was ethnic based. And you meet a lot of different people with different backgrounds, different majors, things like that. And it's a great way to network and learn more about, different things. And I remember for Filipino Club, I was able to, I guess, travel to different colleges and universities, host different events, and learn more about my culture, because the Filipino culture has different, I guess, dialects, different, cultures, uh, different things. And I wouldn't be able to have, meet these people if it wasn't through this, opportunity. And especially for my other club, which is Circle K International, it's a community service-based club. I have worked with many different organizations around the island, whether it's like Humane Society, it was the Blood Drive, other local, nonprofit organizations. I wouldn't have the opportunity or have met these people who, are making a difference in the lives of people if it wasn't through that club. And it definitely helped me along my journey in college as I was interning for, the state as a marketing assistant, also as a financial advisor, assistant, things like that. Being able to communicate effectively with clients or, young professionals in the state level, and basically having that, I guess, or building that personality to be able to speak to people and to connect with them, and building, better relationships with people. I wouldn't have that skill if it wasn't through, being a leader in an RSO or even attending or participating in an RSO.
Awesome, you guys. Our RSOs are going to miss you guys so much. I know this year you left a gigantic hole in our hearts for sure. One of our last questions, and then we'll kind of see if you guys participating today have any other specific questions. But if you were to do your freshman year over again, would you do anything different? What would you do? Any advice?
Well, some advice, since before I came in, I had family who's been coming here, and I had a cousin who was here already. So she gave me great tips that maybe freshmen wouldn't have found early on. For example, getting a campus job early. Like, since I was on island, maybe if you guys are not local, you guys are coming in and you guys are dorming in, I think they're moving in soon. Start applying for jobs, on-campus jobs. You can apply for them, tell them that you're going to be coming in this week, and they can probably set an interview. And because of that, I was able to just get a head start. I got my training done during the summertime before I even started my freshman year. And I was able to, it was all paid training. I was also able to just work at our tutoring center, a free tutoring center for you to learn or get advice from peers on how to do on the classes. But working over there, I was able to start officially maybe a week or two before orientation. So you guys can start early. It depends. I'm not too sure what the work is like available for students right now, but don't forget to just go on your resources, look on the HPU page or on your my.hpu website, and look at I think it's called Handshake, and just look at the resources there for you to start getting a job. Yes, on Handshake in the Career Development Center. So you can find that on our regular HPU website. That website that I put in the link is also just the main website that you can click in and look over there. But maybe another thing is just doing clubs early. I didn't know you can help positions early, whether it be an SGA. I got approached for someone to help become part of the executive team in my freshman year. I was like, okay, I'll just do it because I want to be marketing. So I did it. It was fun. And, there's many opportunities. I think Chris will also share, what you can do early on as a freshman and just taking advantage of the opportunities.
So I'm gonna stress on taking advantage of the different events that they had on campus and outside campus, because my freshman year, I basically just immediately started working. I wasn't really heavily active in different registered organizations on campus. I even missed the first concert HPU put on for us. That was my mindset, was basically just to work, attend school, then done. But I definitely missed out on a lot. And that's the only thing that I regret the most, because throughout my next 3 years of college, I kind of found how important it is to attend different events, how important it is to, be active on campus. Because you're gonna meet so much different people throughout your college career that you're never gonna have the opportunity once you finish college. Like, these people have such an amazing, I guess, charisma, and they have different, I guess, they can teach you something that you wouldn't have learned before, kind of thing. And honestly, you have to take advantage of different events. I mean, HPU put these on for free. Like, you have to take advantage of it. Like, don't just like wait it out or anything, because you are gonna miss out and you're gonna regret it, like I did. And the next 3 years, I definitely took advantage of that, took it seriously. Like, hey, I'm also working, but I can also make time throughout the week or sometimes just to attend, whether or not it's attending at least one event a month or however your schedule is. Just try to be active at least in your college, experience, because it does help build a lot of friendships along the way and helps you build yourself in your college career. So that's the only thing I would do differently, is definitely, taking more of that initiative to put myself out there and to make myself known, and to, like, I don't know, have fun, just have fun. College is a stressful time, and college is gonna stress you out. And HPU puts these on to help de-stress you. So definitely just enjoy your time.
Yeah, I have to brag on our awesome alumni for a second. So Brandon was a part of our student activity fee allocation committee. So he was actually the chair, received a scholarship for that. And he essentially had a hand in deciding who and what events were on campus for last year. So a really cool leadership opportunity to really forge the path of what was brought on campus. Christopher and I worked really closely together in the spring semester to bring Shark Wars to campus. So Shark Wars is a week-long competition between the RSOs and really any other student group or a group of 5, 6 people. So it could be residents upstairs, people in your classes. Really cool games. We played like horseshoes. We had trivia night, and then we did like a scavenger hunt. And there were some really cool prizes. So the first prize, they got a GoPro each. Last year they got, I think it was, remind me, Chris, it was like $75 gift card to Starbucks. Key Presso, your choice. So really, really cool prizes. And plus you had fun that week competing against your friends. So they did an awesome, amazing job. And this could be you. Those were all of our questions. Oh, one more question. What are you going to miss the most now that you are adults in the real world?
I'm gonna miss just the ohana, especially because Hawaii is a boiling pot where everyone can meet. And I was so surprised when I went to HPU compared to looking at the other universities, how diverse we are. Like, especially like seeing a lot of different um, international students come in. I didn't imagine what would be like compared to growing up locally in a public school where I only saw primarily like Filipinos, for example. But then you see so much more at HPU. And even though it's like 4,000 students or so, still a lot of people you can learn from, people of different experiences. I just miss walking in and just seeing people that I can easily meet, become friends with, whether they have military experience, in their mid-age, or there's even people who are older coming back to school, international students. I have great friends who are trying to stay back for another year working after graduating, even though they're from Japan, Thailand. you meet a lot of great people, but how do you meet them is probably just get involved early. Since you guys are going to be social distancing in class, it might be hard to talk to a friend next to you. So maybe just meet some new people going and attending our RSO, which is like the student organizations here on campus. And that's how you can meet them. You know, get involved with CAB, SGA. Those are the top two who are really well in doing a lot of campus events or whatever club that we mentioned, Chris and I. And you know, I trust them. I know the leadership in those clubs. They want to be here to help you and get connected with the new students. You guys have a wealth of knowledge of yourself and interests that you can share with everyone. So it'll be really great to just meet a lot of people and just be united in our school.
Yeah, like same with Brandon, I'm definitely gonna miss the interaction of meeting different people from different cultural backgrounds, from different majors, and definitely setting up or like building those long-lasting friendships. Because once you're in at work, you're gonna meet the same people every single day and nothing else. And I'm gonna stress again, I'm gonna miss the events. These events are free, guys. Like I'm gonna have to go pay to go see a concert. Like no, like you guys have to just take advantage of everything that HPU offers, because once you graduate, you're definitely gonna miss it. I honestly tell you now, like you're gonna miss it. You're gonna just be working that 5 to 7 or whatever it may be, and then that's it. You're not gonna have fun. So enjoy now.
And the staff is really great to just meet. You know, especially because we have a great student to faculty ratio. You guys can get to know your advisors, people in the student life and admissions, or even your own professors really well. You know, because some people they have huge lecture classes. I actually went to my friend's class. I just walked into a lecture class in a different school and didn't even notice I was there. But over here, you can really meet your teachers, your professors. Yeah. They have great experience because some of them they have their own managing companies, or they've been in like the judicial system for already. They have their own employment experiences that they can share with you and help you get connected, even get some internship opportunities, start working early, because you guys can get even like a law firm job early as freshman year, and you guys can be well off in trying to start off and getting into a law school after. So there's so much opportunity. You know, you just gotta make sure you get connected to the staff, with different people in the RSOs, and they'll for sure give you resources if you're just willing to ask.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. I didn't see any questions come through the chat. So, oh, there we go. Never mind, from Maria. How did you make friends, especially in your freshman year? It's a great question.
That is a great question. So for me, I'm from the Big Island, and I, moved to college on Oahu, and I basically knew no one during that time. And attending orientation, and going to the different events that they had throughout that week definitely helps you make a greater bond with different people within your own major, and also attending different events, like I mentioned before, like there's Club Carnival, or attending different clubs, you build a better relationship that way. I mean, there's so many different opportunities that you can meet, or even talking to a classmate, things like that. There's a simple interaction can easily make a difference and be like, hey, you want to go get, boba or something, or get lunch. You have so much different chances of making different friends. So don't feel discouraged or anything if you don't meet anyone. It takes time, definitely, but don't be afraid and just, put yourself out there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all probably coming in and people could be scared, like, oh, I don't want to meet too much people because I don't want to get like sick or shared something. But you guys are all there also wondering like, oh, we're all freshmen, we're all new here, and you want to make friendships, but maybe you're scared of like commitments or whatever. But you can meet great people, and like even as these top organizations that are going to be speaking at your orientation, Student Government Association, always going to speak, your student body president, and Kiana, your chair for CAB, which is like your campus activities board. They're really great people. And I can see how even in freshman year, if you want to learn about the events, easiest is just get connected to the RSO, to the organization, work with them. And we see freshmen who just come in, they're brand new, but then they make really great friendships with these people because they're willing to make friends. People are coming and going through HPU, right? they're gonna keep the friendship, but they also want to make new friendship and help teach you guys what we learn and what we wish we knew. So just be involved, go to a registered organization, and they probably might have a virtual event if they're not going to have a personal event. Don't be afraid to just email, ask people. Because I used to be a person who would be so scared to meet people and like maybe kind of like sweaty, like I get hot fast. So, I can get nervous, but I make sure to just put myself out there, and because they're also going to put themselves out there, and they'll reach out to you if they see you make an effort.
Yeah, I met Brandon, I think throughout orientation, also through Entrepreneur Club. And then we found out we had common friends. And so we all started hanging out together. So that's how I met Brandon, was through,
A campus
different
job,
events.
actually, Chris.
Also our campus job, yeah. We found out that we got hired at the same place. So it's a small university, small population. So you're definitely get to know a lot of people.
I just want to throw in some advice too. I think it might be obvious, but just wanted to say it so that way you're not weird for thinking this. I see time and time again, first year students will go down with their roommate to Club Carnival, which is our big involvement fair. And I can see that one roommate wants to talk to one club, but the other roommate's not really feeling it. So then they just don't talk to that club. And I want to tell you to go talk to that club, go to that event, even if your roommate or your friends aren't into it, because when you go to those events, those are people who are interested in the same things you are. So then your network just grows even more. You get connected with people who have the same interest as you. So I know it's super scary to show up to an event by yourself. I was that same first year student too at one point. But if you can take the leap and be brave enough to go to that first event by yourself, I guarantee you won't regret it. Any other questions that you have? Perfect. What was one of the most difficult things about college? Thanks, Marie, for all your questions.
I think one of the most difficult things is just finding where you want to be. Because I know even now, I may enter with the same people into college, but they're still in college and they're still thinking about what career they want to be or what major they want to do, because one's easy, but maybe they like it, but they know that maybe family or influences are telling them to do another thing. But it's just, you want to get connected. You want to make sure you can learn from other people, because everyone's feeling the same way, whether they don't know what kind of career they want to be. People are having trouble finding opportunities after college, but you want to make sure that you put yourself out there, get connected to your friends in your major or your roommates, and just talk about it. You just want to make sure that you communicate yourself, and because we're all trying to find out what we want to do. And I may know what I wanted, so that's why I was kind of focused. But maybe it was a bit hard time balancing school and working a job and another job. But you have opportunity there, people that you can talk to. We also have mental health and like proper people you can talk to who can help you guide through your behavioral or mental concerns. But that's probably one of the biggest concerns, what you want to do. It's okay if you try different classes. You have time to take electives, or maybe just go to a club that's specified in a certain major or industry, because maybe you don't have time to take another class, but you can learn from them and see from their kind of activities and events, do you want to work in that field? So that's probably one of the biggest concerns, and that's how you could work it out.
I guess for me, one of the most difficult things about college was, it's kind of cliche, but the classes. There are some classes where it's very intensive, and like me, I'm kind of like a little bit unorganized. So there's a lot of things for different classes, right? There's a lot of things to do within each week, and it's great to prioritize and keep a calendar of what's upcoming or what's due within the week. And there's many times where you're going to have to set up, group meetings or team meetings with different people to do your project or whatever it may be. And for me, I guess scheduling meetings was one of the hardest because you're gonna have to adapt and kind of sacrifice some things to meet as a group because a lot of people have different schedules, and so you're gonna have to do whatever you can to do that. And yeah, I mean, yeah, the classes is kind of hard, I would say, but we have tutoring available if you do need assistance. You know, it's free. We also have online tutoring that is available 24/7, and definitely reach out to your friends, your classmates, even your professor. Like Brandon was mentioning, definitely build a relationship with your professor because they are gonna be with you your entire time. I mean, I've had a professor that I met a professor, Dr. Wendy Lam, which is a business professor. I've had a class with her every single semester throughout my 4 years, and you definitely build a significant bond between that professor. And yeah, so basically, just yeah.
I think something to slide in since he mentioned our Center for Academic Success. It's just the proper name for our testing and tutoring center. If you guys are new students and you have classes that you take in, maybe a AP class or 4 years of a language or whatever, you guys can test into the classes, like test it for credits that may have not been counted through like your AP exam scores or your SATs, ACTs. So you can make sure that you get rid of some classes early on. And I made sure to do that. I saw that I could take some different classes early on, or I could change it to online. So that's what I did. I talked to our advisor. I said, maybe I have some experience here that I think is that I could test out of. So that you don't have to take the beginning level of like math. You can test out statistics. You can test out of 1 year of Japanese, French. So you guys can, if you guys have experience in that, don't be afraid to ask your advisor, how do you test out and get credit for it early on.
Perfect. Marie is asking, do you have any practical tips or guides for studying and doing well on tests?
They have academic workshops, which is like 30 minutes to 1 hour sessions where you can learn from students who create these presentations from our Center for Academic Success, which is the Testing and Tutoring Center. So you can look that up on the HPU website. I just learned whatever I did, which is like Cornell notes and just studying bit by bit, or just having study groups. Probably now you can do virtual Zoom study groups. So don't be afraid to ask friends. When I had my freshman class, there's people of different ages and experiences in college, but we went around and we asked, oh, you guys want to create a study group or a study guide together? So people are willing to put stuff together, because you guys are all struggling students and you all have different classes to balance and jobs or personal things to take care of. So don't be afraid to ask friends. Let's create a group, but make sure you want to get a group who looks like they'll do work and not like you just do the work. So it's okay. Just you can figure it out. People are open to work together.
Mm-hmm. Same thing as Brandon. Definitely getting into study groups. Where Brandon is his background. That's our learning commons area. No, not learning commons. Oh,
That's our
okay.
esports
Well, anyway,
now.
that we have a learning commons area at Alhambra Marketplace, and that's a great place where I like to study because we do have whiteboards, and I use the whiteboards to draw different graphs or continue to, write different equations out. I'm a very visual learner, and that's how I do things. And also, like Brandon said, because of this whole pandemic thing, definitely you can set up Zoom meetings or meeting on the side, as well as social distancing. But I like to stay in groups, and because you might learn something or you might not know something, but your classmate or your friend might know something. So you kind of learn from each other in a way. I know Brandon also mentioned we do have tutoring available, and that's how me and Brandon, we worked at Center for Academic Success. We know all these things. We do have those different workshops that you can do, and we also have tutoring available for you. So if you do need help on any test, or not test, but any questions leading up to a test, we can assist you there further.
And study rooms available that you can book if it's still available. The library may have a option for you to book rooms beforehand, so you can have groups of friends come in, or if you're by yourself, just walk in if there's no appointment, and make sure that you can get your own study space rather than just being in a cubicle. You can actually be at a room, an enclosed space where you can have write stuff on the board and solve questions and go over exams together.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Great. Any last questions? Oh, perfect. What internships did you do, and did you enjoy them?
You guys can find it on Handshake. So that's the website that's on HPU that helps you get connected to different employers. I got my internships with my regular company that I've been with, Road System Builder, and I mean that's a local one that you can find, and you can always shoot me up if you see my name on Instagram or whatever. But you can just ask professors; they can get you connected. You can look on Handshake, and that's the simplest way to get internships. You know, they're open for new students. Sometimes they'll let you come in early as a maybe find a different position for you than what is described because they see that maybe you want to work there and you intend to stay in that industry. But other than that, well, what I tell my freshman self is don't be afraid to meet people and get connected because there's so many resources out there, events that Chris wished that he attended, and as long as you go to them in a safe manner and you just be open to meeting friends and just saying hi to some people, you know, the Aloha spirit is like we're very welcoming here, and we hope to have that also apply to all the students that come in.
So my most recent internship was definitely working for the Hawaii State Energy Office. And this was my first internship or any work experience at the state level. And it was a great opportunity because I got to meet a lot of different politicians, a lot of different young professionals in the tourism industry, in the energy sector. And it was a great internship because I wouldn't have the opportunity to meet these kind of people who have such an influential role in the economy. If it wasn't, you know, if I hadn't attended or I did that. And it definitely built in my, I guess, resume, kind of building my character because I'm dealing with such these, you know, known professionals in the economy. I have to kind of change the way I speak or kind of change the way I dress, things like that. And I definitely learned a lot in regards to that. And like Brandon said, you can definitely look at different internships through Handshake, but I also went to the Career Center that HPU has. You can definitely meet with someone there. They can talk to you about what kind of internships that they have on file. The Career Center is, you know, they have a lot of different employment opportunities or internships that are readily available only to HPU students or, you know, just in general. And definitely just take advantage of that. And what would I tell my freshman self? Definitely don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. Just keep going. Just attend every single thing. Make yourself known. Because who knows, you might regret it along the way if you didn't attend this event or if you didn't do this thing. Just try it out. I mean, college is a great experience. Hopefully, you know, you only go to college once. So, you know, just take every opportunity that you can through this and just enjoy your time.
Awesome. Brandon, do you want to take that last question? What would you ask your freshman self?
One way to say it is you would rather fail at something than regret something. So if you try something out and you didn't work out, that's better than not trying at all and saying that oh, I wish I had done it before. So that's one thing, you know, keep that in mind. Maybe that could be a model for yourself. You know, you rather try everything than fail at it than not do anything and regret about it.
That's awesome advice, you guys. We'll stay on for maybe a minute or two longer, see if we have any other questions that come through. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for chatting with us and talking story today. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for attending. And thank you, special mahalo to Brandon and Chris for joining us and sharing all of their pearls of wisdom with us for today.
Thank you all. It's appreciated.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, you guys.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
you guys.